Hey there, is anyone here? Or am I alone? I'll start speaking with myself right now. It is always hard for me to start speaking when I don't see the audience, when I'm alone in front of just this black dot of the camera. Okay, let's wait maybe 2 more minutes before we start, so everyone can join. Hi. How are you today? Okay. Hello, everyone, again. My name is Alex Nigmatulin. I'm Chief Marketing Officer and co-founder of PRNEWS.io, and today I will tell you about personal branding in 2026. If you have any questions, please leave them in chat. I will answer them in the end of our session. I've been working for PR for almost 20 years, and there is always the same problem. When you are really successful with your client, you have a nice case, people don't want to share this because they prefer to show it that was a natural. It was natural. So in my today presentation, I will show you some examples from our practice. Because we are a single client of ours who are always willing to show the results. So yeah, that's it. Let's start. Why do you need a personal brand? Probably you know the answer to this question. That's why you joined our webinar today. But let's figure out some practical appliances of the personal brand. With the strong personal brand, you can get a better job because people are willing to work with famous, with important people, and it's just a natural thing. If you are in entertainment, you will get better gigs. Because nowadays, when people hire someone to participate in a movie or some other activities, they don't just hire you as a talent, they also hire your audience because they need to promote their movie later. That's why they need your audience, your Instagram account, and your publicity to promote the movie. Also, personal brand, you'll need it for talent visas. Programs like O1, extraordinary visas in US. For that, to participate in that, you need a strong personal brand and mentions in online media. And you cannot do that overnight, so you have to start it as soon as possible. With strong personal brand, it will be easier for you to go through the due diligence procedures. It doesn't matter whenever you will apply for a loan in a bank or investment from a venture capitalist, they will Google you. They will look you online, and with strong personal brand, with a nice background, people will invest in you more willingly. Strong personal brand is also important for those who create content because it is a ranking factor in Google. In equal conditions, if you have a strong personal brand, the content written by you will be ranking higher. So if you are investing in SEO, it will also important to have a nice personal brand. And a new player in town, ChatGPT and other AI helpers also will be a place where people will look for you and ask questions about you. That is why you need to build your personal brand in AI. Here are some examples about our founder, Alexander Storozhuk, and this is what you see if you ask Perplexity or ChatGPT about him. So it is really important what AI knows about you. Will it recommend you? Will it recommend working with you? And the most important thing, do you control it? And how can you control it? The bad news is that AI is still a black box and no one knows how it operates, but there are some signals. People understand that AI usually rely on the same kind of signals as Google and other search engines. So, in our work of building your personal brand, I will recommend you to focus on your Google Knowledge Panel. What is Google Knowledge Panel? Sometimes when you Google some famous person, you see not only the links to their social networks or something, you see a nice page with pictures, with, of course, social media profiles, but with nice about information, or with some recent posts from a person in popular online media. This is your business card on Google. And nice thing, if you have a nice knowledge panel, it will also indicate that you also have a nice presence in AI, in ChatGPT and other assistants. So it will provide you a consistent representation of your personal brand, of all your activities, and why it is a quality standard, because you cannot buy it. You cannot register an account on Google and have this knowledge panel like you do this on LinkedIn or Facebook. You have to earn it. You have to create a strong buzz around you, create some digital assets, and then Google itself will trigger the creation of this knowledge panel, and then you can claim it and use it for your personal brand. So, where to start? Probably you are already lucky and you can have your knowledge panel there. Just Google yourself, and if you see your name and 3 dots near it, please click and then click on claim this knowledge panel. It shows that you already have a profile and Google recognizes you. Then you have to provide some approval for Google. Usually it is some identity and the screenshots of your profiles on LinkedIn or Facebook proving that you are this person. And then you can claim this knowledge panel and go on with editing it. You can also, if you cannot find yourself, it sometimes happens, but you still have a knowledge panel, but you have to use the third-party solutions. For example, you can use our tool. We created it on our website. Just go through this link and put your name, and if you will appear, just go to Google and claim it. By the way, Leo, if you are watching this, please give me a call. But if you are not lucky and you still not have a knowledge panel, I will tell you how to trigger it, how to create it, where to start. I will recommend with creating a digital footprint document. It is a single document where we'll put all the information you already have about you. You have to find all the existing digital assets, what it is. It is social network profiles, websites you own. If you have a book, just throw there. If you have hosted a webinar or you have a YouTube video, just put it there. If you have any other activities, just collect it in a single document. Then you have to choose your business name and stick to it. Some people in different countries, they have different names. For example, in my natural transcription to English, I will sound like Alexander Nigmatulin, but I prefer to use the Alex Nigmatulin as my business name, and I stick to this name all over the internet. It will make easier for Google to understand who you are and collect all the activities and trigger the creation of knowledge panel. Then you have to write your basic biography about the most important things about in your life, where you worked, your achievements, your acknowledgements, and like you write a nice CV, but imagine you write it for the whole internet. Why you need this document? Because you have to create a lot of digital assets. If you will have to start from scratch every time, you spend a lot of time for that. That's why you have a single place where you have all the information, and it will be easier for you to start with that. So, next thing, before you start building your digital assets, you have to invest into nice pictures. You have to hire and spend a day with a photographer and create a bunch of photos. They have to be in a nice business style if you position yourself as a businessman, but you have to use different clothing. The more, the better. You have to use different surroundings. You have to make pictures in your office, outside, during your work. So a lot of different pictures. Because if you will use a single picture in all your digital assets, it will look weak. But nice thing, if you don't have a lot of pictures, you still can use Gemini and other AI. Now they become better every day, so you can adapt to some activities with photoshoot. Then you have to focus on creating your digital assets. I created some map about the placements you have to do, the activities you have to do. Let's go through the most important ones. First of all, the most important activity is your personal website. It will be a main hub for all the assets you have. So you have to create your personal website. It is better to use your name, like alexnigmatulin.com or your name, obviously. Then you have to put your biography there and put together all the information, all the digital assets you have. Important thing, you have to use the schema.org markup for person to mark all the information you put on this page. There are some tools online. You can ask ChatGPT or Claude to create this markup for you. And in some cases, you can have more than one website. If you have several identities, I don't know, several position yourself. Then you have to use the company resources you have. So if you're an executive, you can create a separate page on your website telling about your activities, about information about you, or you can have a profile on your blog and post and contribute some posts to it. But make sure that you will have a dedicated author page. It is really important to have dedicated pages as an author. Also, you have to make sure that you are added to all the company databases like Crunchbase, the org, or other things. Then another important thing right now is to get the recognition from third parties. So you have to apply to awards. There are tons of awards in the world. There are some websites like Awards List, which will show you awards in your field, in your country, and you can apply to that. Some of them are free, some of them are on paid basis, but you need to own these badges. I will tell you why later, but obviously to show and to prove in eyes of Google and in eyes of AI that you are an expert. Then going on to our digital assets, you can and have to focus on creating profiles on online encyclopedias and different databases. Of course, you can target to Wikipedia, but maybe later with that, and start with some local and niche wikis. You can apply for different founder databases. Some of them will let you tell your founder story. You can create a course or to become a co-author of course on Udemy or Coursera. You can create a professional newsletter. You can start in seconds with LinkedIn or Medium or Substack, and to build your strong personality with that. You can participate in podcasts. You can speak on some events, expos, and roundtables. But one of the most important things you have to do is you need to earn the placements in online media. All kind of them. General business media, some trade media, or local ones. But when speaking about the placements in media, there is always what kind of articles I have to create. Start with interviews and biographies about you. Feed AI with the data about who you are, your achievements, your goals, your life lessons, everything you can do. In this case, the biography you created before and the assets you put together before will come in handy. You have to put it, you have to have a clear position of yourself. Are you an expert, or are you a founder, or are you an expert in some niche field? You have to be clear with that, because it will be easier for Google to understand who you are, not to use different personalities on different websites. Be consistent with your online presence, but use multiple sources and do it all the time, because Google and ChatGPT, they use their recent information about you. They like when the data about person is updated. Second thing is go with the news stories. If you achieve some award or get some acknowledgement, you have to go public with that. For example, like a week ago, Forbes announced their 30 under 30 lists in different countries, and now the web is full of this lucky person who were named by Forbes, and they use it for their news placements. So whenever you get an award or a personal milestone, or you build something significant, put a news about that. Provide this information, feed the data. And you have to create, put yourself in as expert and create profiles for you as an opinion leader. There are some paid solutions like on Forbes, Entrepreneur, on Inc. or Fast Company, where you can create profiles and contribute to these websites. This is really important to have an author profile on different websites. It will show you, and Google will treat it as a separate entity, and it definitely will trigger a knowledge panel for you. And now, when we figure out what to publish, we need to understand how to get mentioned in online media. The traditional way is just to pitch journalists with your ideas, with your personality, but it will take some time, and you have to be really important, really stood out, because journalists usually get more than 100 inquiries every day. When you'll be lucky and your brand will grow with time, you can start reply to journalist requests. In the beginning, there are some websites like Featured or Haro, where you can look for inquiries from journalists and quickly reply to that. And probably you will be lucky and they will use your quote in their next material. But it's not, it also takes some time. But if journalists will ask questions to you directly, definitely always reply. Even if the media outlet is not from your field, you have to treat journalists well, because they are really important. Then another approach, you can own your own media outlet, but it will take a lot of time and money. And in the end, probably you'll get your platform and you can shine on it and publish articles about yourself. You can hire a PR agency. It's a bold solution, a nice one, but you have to understand that it will also take time, and the PR agency, you have to pay them a monthly fee, you have to pay a meeting fees, and you have to pay bonuses if they achieve some results. They will get you recognized, they will build your personal brand, but you have to invest in that a lot. And not obvious, but the easiest solution is just to pay for placements in online media. And for that, I will definitely recommend our platform, PRNEWS.io. We are the biggest marketplace for online placements worldwide. We operate really easy, like you do your shopping on Amazon. You choose a media outlet, you see the price up front, you pay the price, you submit the content, and your article gets published. We have a lot of media outlets from different niches, different countries, which write in different languages. All the placements are guaranteed, or you get your money back. We provide fast delivery. Most of the articles are published in 2 days. You can pay in convenient way. You can pay with card, wire transfer, or even with crypto. And if you need help, we can help you with creating content just on the platform. We can make an interview with you. We can write your biography. We can write a nice news piece. And of course, we have a special dedicated page with the best media handily picked up for which are perfect for personal PR. This media will put your author name, which is really important for triggering the knowledge panel. They are trustable, and you can find them on this landing page. And of course, our specialists will help you on all the steps and help you and find the best media which will suit you. So let's wrap it up. Google Knowledge Panel is the North Star metric you have to focus if you want to be visible on Google or AI assistants. You have to build your digital assets, so you will feed the data, and you have to build trust signals through online media, so ChatGPT, Google, and others will understand that you are a trustable person, and you will become famous. You deserve that. That's all from me. Now I'm ready for your questions. Okay, here we have first one. Can I just claim Google Knowledge Panel by myself somehow if I have a few articles on media and LinkedIn, or just wait till Google will activate it? You can, yeah, this is like, which is going first? First, Google have to create it and to understand that the signals are enough and they treat you as an entity, and it will automatically create it by themselves. And in this case, you have to, after that, you can claim it yourself. It's not a problem. You just click the three dots and provide the information, and you can do it by yourself. But to create these signals, to provide the information, to trigger it, you have to work hard. You have to not only have your LinkedIn profile of your articles, you have to build the whole digital asset map I provided before. The most important things from that are articles in media where you are an author. If you have a book, it will be really good and will also help to create a knowledge panel for you. And that's it. You can start with that. By the way, we also have this offer on our platform, and we can create and help you with triggering the knowledge panel for you. You just have to pay 3,500, and we'll create a knowledge panel for you. Hi. What's the biggest mistake when building a visibility through media? The biggest mistake, I think, that people don't have a consistent information about them. On the different parts of their life, they use different personalities. In the beginning, they are marketers, then they decide that they are someone else, that they are a talented person in acting, for example, but they still have information about them as a marketers. You have to fix that. You have to use a single name. You have to use the single narrative you push through all the activities. Sometimes you cannot change what was published before, but in this case, you have to create a lot of new content pointing out to Google who you are right now. Are there any specific considerations regarding AI visibility across different industries? For example, if you work in fintech, would my approach differ from that on health tech business? Of course, you have to use different kind of websites. And some of the professions, some of the niches are more important for Google than others. And actually, both of them, fintech and health tech, are really treated by Google as really important for life of person. They have this practice, your money, your life. So in this case, to build a nice personal brand and to build just a brand for a company in these niches, it is harder than others. You have to pay more attention into expertise content, into proving that you are a professional in your field. But if you are specialist in other fields, I don't know, you are dealing in cosmetics, or you are a nice tattoo master, it will probably be easier for you. Probably also because there is less competition in that field. Yeah, it's really nice question. Thank you, Anastasia. How I do local media placements work for AI visibility? Yeah, and you never know which media will be cited by AI, by ChatGPT. We see different, we make our studies and we see different patterns. Sometimes you need a really big media outlet. Sometimes the media outlet is really small, but it is cited by ChatGPT a lot. If there is no other information, it doesn't matter whether is it local or a big media outlet. ChatGPT will need, and other AI systems will need to provide some information about you, so they will research and use the small ones too. And yeah, local media placements really work for AI visibility. If person is already famous in their niche, is there still some not obvious reasons to create gPanel and other assets? Oh, it's nice, tough one. Yeah, probably if you want to give a place for your competitors, probably you shouldn't create a Google Knowledge Panel for you. And if you don't want to become public and want to retire, and you still don't want to do that, if the achievements you already have is enough, then you don't need this. But if you are still growing and you need money, you need new clients, you need new gigs, new job, you definitely need to invest into Google Knowledge Panel. Hi, Anita. Always nice to meet you. Hi, Sven. Okay, that was all. You see contact information from me here on the website, on the screen. Please drop me a message. In one day, I think my team will send some bonuses from us. So please check your inbox, and see you on next webinar.